Guys, I share Comanche today in Clash Royale. Welcome to the video, guys. Glad to have you here. Send us some positive vibes your way, especially if you need them. And odds are many of you guys might need them, especially on the topic of Clash Royale, which we're going to discuss today. Content creators, are we to blame by not speaking up loud enough? Could we do more? Are we part of the problem, part of the solution, or part of neither? Today, that's going to be the topic of the video. But first, a quick word from our sponsor. But first, guys, a very special sponsor for today's video. It is Undone, a brand new game. I have a closed beta opportunity for you guys, so listen up. Adapt, survive, and explore in Undone. It's an RPG, open world survival game. Very, very cool. Basically, this game takes place 4 years after most of humanity died off this massive disaster. Now you're left with the survivors. You gotta build, you gotta survive. You have to basically rebuild after the apocalypse. So it's a really, really cool concept. Some really neat themes in this game. As we fight some zombies in the background, guys, a few basics. Right now in closed beta, it is Android only, but when it launches over the summer, make sure you keep your eyes out for this game. It will be available for mobile iOS as well, okay? I have a promo code for you guys, which I will drop right now on the screen. If you do sign up to the beta, which you should, use code CWASH, CWASH, caps don't matter either way. Now, a few of the things I like the most about this game, guys, is first off, the character customization is really, really cool in this game. You can actually upload your own images, your own picture, and use that in the customization of your character. Speaking of customization, guys, there's just so much in the game. First of all, you can choose your body type, your vigor, your health, your hydration. All of those meters will be available to you guys. You're going to have to build. There's a lot of building in this game, which is really, really cool. I was surprised. I was shocked at all the options that we have. You can even see some of them, like the weight bench. You can even choose to have in your shelter, in your house, because that's where we're stuck, man. We're living in the post-apocalyptic world, right? So even your mood is there. They use Unreal Engine 4, so the graphics are absolutely stunning in this game as well. So this world is absolutely huge, guys. It's so cool, right? We have abandoned cities. Obviously, everybody's dead for the most part, right? We have a diverse ecosystem with animals, plants, weather systems. There's a day and a night mode as well. You have to build a shelter, search for survival buddies. You don't know who's out there right now. So there's a lot to figure out, and there's a big, immense, dense world out there to go ahead and do so in. And speaking of the building too, guys, I don't want to overwhelm you with that. It's not building in like an annoying and tedious sense. It's building as in you have like a 1 acre manor, right? That you and other survivors are going to just kind of hold up on. That's going to be your main base. But you can also venture out, make alliances with other bases out there. And there's over 1,000 types of different kind of furniture and structures to customize your home. And that's not all, guys. There's so much that we didn't talk about in this short ad. But, you know, one of my favorite things is all the vehicles, right? The tons of vehicles in other game modes within this game. Not just battling, not just building, but you can do Grand Prix racing in this game, which is just so crazy, guys. So make sure, again, you go ahead and enter in my creator code CWASH and sign up for the closed beta today. The link will be in the description below. Thank you so much, Undone, for sponsoring today's video. Sign up, guys. Thank you for supporting the sponsor of today's video, guys. I appreciate it. Before we get to the subject at hand, content creators, because I saw a really interesting dialogue that I kind of wanted to weigh in a little bit because I was mentioned quite a bit in it. But before that, a lot of more fallout happening. You know, every day I check Reddit, I check Twitter, I check, you know, the overall zeitgeist of the Clash Royale community, and every day things are still looking bad. As a matter of fact, like, how are you guys enjoying the game? Are you still playing the game? You can see I'm loading it up in the background here, but I am still, I'm not like on strike or anything, personally. I'm not like calling for people to boycott Clash Royale or anything, but I'm also not buying, you can't even tell off the iPad, but I'm not purchasing Pass Royale myself because, truthfully, more than any creator saying something, in my opinion at least, if you really want to get your point across, you would do it with your wallet, because I think that that would show the data, or by not playing. Again, I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm not trying to sit here and start a revolution or anything, but I think that that's the best way to get your point across. If you don't like, you know, Mega Draft, then don't play Path of Legends, right? And they'll look at the data. If you don't like Pass 2.0, then don't purchase Pass 2.0, and then they'll look at the data. You know, I think that's oftentimes in life the bottom line is that the data, the actual behavior of individuals versus what they say. And I think that's probably what the data scientists at Supercell also analyzed before making their decisions. Well, we know things are bad right now because as we spoke about in the last video a few days ago here on the channel, I mean, the community managers, Max and Drew, had to actually go out and say, we hear that everybody's super angry. We acknowledge you. We don't have anything to share just yet, but you know things are bad when there needs to be like a preamble of a, hey, we know everybody's pissed right now. We hear you, and where discussions are happening, you know? Anyway, guys, but let's get that back to it here. 5 hours ago, Supercell's greedy monetization plan. I was originally one of the people that thought when the seasons were first introduced, surely Supercell adds in a lot of items that they're removing from Past Royale to the season token shop to make it more free-to-play friendly, but they did not. As a matter of fact, everything was downgraded. Challenges only cost 50 gems now to rejoin. Went back to 100 gems. The Book of Books, the only viable way to get max champions without spending $100, was removed, and the magic coin gone. Well, you guys can read the rest. I'll have a link to this as well. But really, it's not just this post here. It's every day, all day, people upset about something, mostly all justified, man. Supercell's own words, endless special challenges. You can now play special challenges as much as you want while they're available. It also means no more paying gems. And then to continue, and then you see the old continue button. So there's a lot of dialogue about this. What do they mean by that and stuff as well. And again, I'll link all these irrelevant Reddit posts if you guys want to take a deeper dive into them. But I saw this post, and of course it got my attention, right? Content creators not speaking up. Does it bother anybody else that no Clash Royale YouTubers are covering this terrible update? Surtag, Clash of Shane, Ian, Muhammad Light feel like they should be using their platforms to inform players about how bad the update is and advocate for change. But they're cowering behind Supercell. I'm honestly disappointed. I feel like the game dies, their channels will die too. B-Rad is the only content creator that truly spoke up about how we as a community felt. Ash, OJ, Boss are rather easier on Supercell. They just read off other people's Twitter posts and Reddit posts. Exactly what I'm doing here. Isn't that ironic? Rather than making their own comments, I'm glad they're saying something at least. Rip Clash Royale 2016 to 2013, and can't believe I forgot about Morton. And I also want to pivot. I want to go back to that one in a second. But bring back Supercell interviews, needed now more than ever. And hey, it's yours truly, and Drew. All right, number one post, Stefano, my man Stefano. What's up, dude? He goes, I don't think Ash would be an actual interviewer, though. I don't think he would make it too hard for Drew. Clash is his job, after all. It wouldn't help too much, Drew. Probably just avoid the questions. I'll bring it up with the team. Ash wouldn't dig much further, probs. Maybe I'm wrong. And it's 70 upvotes, too. Dang, man. Dang, no faith in me. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. On those interviews, first of all, I haven't, there's no bad blood between me and Supercell, and me and Drew, I should say, right? I don't really talk to anybody anymore from the Clash Royale team. And again, that's not it's not because there was a massive fallout or anything like that. A lot of the creators that were even named in this post, I don't think it's my, place to be naming who said what at what time, but these names have spoken up a lot behind the scenes. I'm not just making that up because I like those guys. It's just absolutely true, right? Giving more, to be fair too, giving a lot more negative feedback directly to Supercell than I have. I've been louder on YouTube talking about this stuff, and they've been louder behind the scenes, so they deserve a lot of credit for that. Really, all of these content creators have been speaking up quite a bit in the behind the scenes. So I found it really interesting. First of all, I think that this is these interviews, right? I haven't directly asked. The last couple times I asked for an interview, I don't think they either responded to me or really cared to come on, and I can see probably why, right? I think it's because of kind of what Stefano is alluding to there. I think that listen, as an interviewer, right? I don't want to make this video all about me either. I want to tie this into the greater point here. But as an interviewer, it's tough because sometimes you get the sense really early on that there's just not going to be any answer, because I'm always asking questions, trying to hear the answer and ask the question from the point of view of you guys, right? And it's challenging because early on in the interview, usually within the first couple minutes, that I know that you guys are all going to be pissed, right? Because he's not giving me what I want. And I know that at that point, if I just start grilling him, then he's just going to shut down and he's going to say, I have no answers for you. And, you know, it's a difficult thing to do, right? And with that being said, I'd still love to interview them, right? Because I enjoy trying to get answers out of them, but it's you know, what can I say? I might just suck as an interviewer. What can I say? You know, Clash is his job after all. It's a little bit of a misnomer here. So, like, I mean, I'm just gonna be real with you guys. I don't do this channel to make money anymore, even though I do the occasional sponsor like we had in today's video, ironically. It's a hobby that generates a passive income, kind of, right? Is how I look at this channel at this point. Back in the day when I was averaging like 150,000 views per video, it was my full-time job in Clash Royale, right? But a few, like 4.5 years ago now, I actually started with KeaGirl Gaming, who is one of my good friends, longtime friends, and also covered Clash of Clans back in the day. This won't be too long, I promise, but just in case, just to put it out there in case anybody cares, we actually own a company now. It's a talent agency, production agency. We do a bunch of marketing and branding for game developers and brands out there who are interested in working with creators, and we represent a bunch of creators as well. So Lance, aka Powerbang, and myself, well, we founded the company 4.5 years ago. We have a large team, as you guys can see here, and we actually represent a lot of talent in Clash Royale too. Like we, I'm sure a lot of creators that you've heard of. In case you want to go ahead and take a look around, feel free to do so. But we have like Judo in Clash of Clans. We have Cashman, one of my favorite creators out there. We have Beaker's Lab from Clash of Clans, trying to look at some of our Supercell, KFC, some guys, right? So this takes up most of my this is my job, right? So this is what I spend most of my time on, not Clash Royale. So I say all that to say that it's not. I guess it's just kind of who I am. Maybe you can put yourself in my shoes as a creator, and I can only speak for myself, not the other creators out there. But like for me, it's just not who I am, I guess, to be so irate about a video game that I'm just kind of being angry just to kind of get views, I guess, you know? It's a thin line. And I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Like, I'm just trying to be real with you guys about it, but I don't like, I could be like, it's weird. It's so weird. It took me 9 years of YouTube to realize this, right? But I could make a video being like, Supercell is, robbing us blind and we need to shut this company down immediately, right? And it would get tons of views. Ergo, I would actually make quite a bit more money than I'm making right now. So in a weird way, I feel like being ultra negative is actually, it's in some ways the easy way. Being true to yourself and just like me or hate me, and it's totally fine either way. I think that the update sucked, right? I don't know what else I need to say about it, right? The update sucked. We've talked about all the reasons it has sucked. We've told Supercell directly it sucked. No one's happy with it. I really haven't read maybe like 2 or 3 comments that were happy with the update, but I'm just going to be real with you guys too. Even though I didn't buy the pass, I'm not buying the pass because, again, I'm trying to have my wallet speak for itself a little bit, right? I don't lose sleep over Clash Royale, man. I guess it's a weird, liberating feeling because I would have lost sleep for 5-6 years ago when this was my full-time job as a creator. But now it's not about digging further because I'm scared because it's my job when I do an interview that you don't think I went hard enough. It's because I don't think it will be effective. I don't think that just slandering somebody or taking personal attacks or asking 15 follow-up questions when he says he's not going to talk about something. And also, too, just, again, behind the scenes a little bit, sometimes I'll go on or a lot of the community managers for a lot of games that I've interviewed want the questions ahead of time. And sometimes they can be like, well, I can't answer that, before we start the interview. So in those circumstances, it's like, okay, well, sometimes I'll go back and I'll say, well, I'm going to ask anyway because my community expects me to ask, But other times, if there's like 3 topics that he's like, yep, I got nothing on that, so, you're not going to like the answers, I'll still ask, and then he'll say, I have nothing on that, and then I go, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's all I'm saying is, listen, I feel like I sound super defensive, but the reality is that that's kind of where we're at, man. What I really want to ask you guys genuinely, right? What would you like to see from the creators at this point? I feel a little helpless, honestly, guys. It's really bizarre to say, but I feel a little bit kind of reinvigorated. At least there's passion, right? Even though it's in the absolute wrong, misplaced way in every, way that you can look at it, right? But I feel like all this passion in the community, people like genuinely inherently love this game and hate to see what they're doing, the decisions that the developer is making to it. I am a super, super, super sucker because I believe what Drew and Max said. I believe that they hear the feedback, right? And I believe that the team is discussing this stuff. I believe it 100%. I really do, So again, that's an unpopular thing to say. I think people want me to say that, like, shame on them. That's not enough. That's not enough, like, I feel like that's what people want me to say. But I actually believe that the team is absolutely aware of everything going on right now, right? Level 15's around the corner. That's going to be incredibly unpopular too, it feels like, So it feels like this whole year is going to be a massive downhill trend for Clash Royale. It's a bummer. I implore the team. I will say this. Reconsider level 15. I think that this can be saved right now, right? 3 things I want to tell you at the end. I probably should have said this at the beginning of the video. Number 1 is I believe that they hear the feedback and they're taking it into serious consideration. Number 2 is I am skeptical that they'll make any decisions that appease the community. Again, I'll repeat that. I'm skeptical, even though they hear us, I'm skeptical that they'll make any grand announcement given the ire right now out there, the anger from the community. I'm skeptical that they'll come up with a solution that appeases people right now, that makes you feel better. And number 3 is I think there's still a way out. I think there's still a way to save Clash Royale in the minds of the most passionate player base, the most vocal players out there right now who are really unhappy, right? And I think it's fairly simple. I don't want to overcomplicate it. Clearly, there's going to be a level 15 coming to Clash Royale. Okay. Cancel level 15 and whatever cool special card abilities that were going to be added to level 15 unlocked. You guys know most of your favorite or some of your favorite legendary cards we're going to provide a whole new way to play them, So it could be like a champion type thing that they have another special ability that you use in the match. Who knows, right? Whatever that was, just add it to level 14 or something, or tournament level standard or whatever. To me, that would actually be enough to turn the proverbial tide right now in Clash Royale. So that's my solution. I don't know what else myself as a creator or anybody else can say to satisfy the masses right now. Things aren't looking good. But whether you love me or you hate me, I'm not going anywhere because I'm still not making any damn money off this channel. Hence the ads occasionally to get a few bucks. But yeah, man, between Pass Royale and AdSense on this channel, I'm making like 1,000-ish a month, which is, again, nothing. It's great extra money and stuff, but it's not, I say Pass Royale, Freudian slip, right? I meant the creator code, right? But it's just not, it's not my job, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, guys, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below. If you have any other ideas, and I would love to hear if you agree with my idea, level 15. Like, I think, do you agree? Would that satisfy you at this point? Maybe if they made some tweaks to the ladder situation, the Path of Legends, I should say, situation. Because I don't think I'm gonna like doing Path of Legends forever. The draft mode, if they made some tweaks to the current situation, and then change level 15. I feel like we could just take this game in a better direction long term, and I feel like it would, it would be a good solution, a viable solution. What about you guys? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and as always, take care.